In this video, I'm going to show you how I created an application very similar to the product hunt website. So we recently conducted a hackathon at DronaHQ, and I wanted a way to show all the applications that were built by the participants to the world, and also let them vote for their favorite applications. So I looked for a solution online, but I could not find any tool or solution that was suitable for my need. So I thought, why don't I use the studio myself and create one? So I'll give you a quick run through of how the application looks like and then show you the steps that were involved in making it. So this is what my application looks like. I have all the applications that were made by the participants over here listed, and this is the title or the app name. Over here we have the problem statement, the icon, the team which made this application, a counter to show the number of votes it has got till now, and I have this button which when clicked takes me to the second screen where I can see the details. So now when I click on this button, it takes me to the second screen where I have all the details pertaining to the application which I clicked on. So I have the name of the application, the team name, the problem statement. I have a link to view the application, and I also have a link to view a video demo of the application. And at last over here we have the number of votes it has got till now. And now I have this button which I can use to vote for this application. So when I click on this, it shows me a pop-up which asks me my email address, and only if I have not voted for this application before will I be able to vote for it. So let me enter my email address over here, and I'll have to click on this checkbox. And since I have not used this email ID before to vote for this application, I see the submit button which I can click and vote for the application. So this is what the application looks like. Let me now take you through the steps that were involved in making it. This entire application took me around half an hour to 45 minutes to build it. It's a very simple application. So this is how the first screen looks in the studio. So over here I have used the list repeat control, and in that I have a custom control that I've built on my own using the designer. So let me show the custom control to you. So this is what my custom control looks like, and it is completely responsive. Depending on the screen, the size and the layout of the control changes. So over here I have a placeholder for the app name, the problem statement, the name of the team, the icon. I have a count over here, and I have a button. So now I, depending upon the part of the control, I have given certain configurations to it, such as the app name. I can bind data using a static or a formula, so that I can fetch the all the data from a sheet and use it in this control. Same way I have done it for this as well. Even the team name, the icon, and this number of votes, and these don't need any binding because these are just simple placeholders, so I've not done anything for that, and this is a simple button that I've used. Okay, so this is what the control looks like. Now coming back to the builder over here, I have this list repeat. So I bound all the data that I need to show in my application to this list repeat first. So let me show you the database that I've used. So this is a sheet where I have all my data present. This is in-house feature of DronaHQ where you have these sheets which are very similar to a Google Sheets, and they can be used to store your data. So I have the application name, the team name, the icon, the number of votes. So initially this was all zero, and as the team started getting votes, it has increased. And this is the voters, which lists all the people who have voted. So we'll see what this column is used for in the future in the video. Over here I have the links of all the applications and the video links, as well as the problem statement. So this is the database which I'll be using for fetching the data to the control and making my application. So yeah, so this list repeat control, I have bounded the data using a custom formula, or we can even use the sheets over here. So what I have done is I've used the lookup formula, and I have fetched all the rows of the sheet that I need. So I have fetched the unique ID, the app name, the description, the icon, the team name, and the votes, number of votes. And that's what I've done for the list repeat. And now when we come to this custom control that I have over here, for this control, again when I go to the bind data of the section over here, I see I have all these options which pertain to each of the part of the control. So over here I have this app icon which pertains to this icon of the control. So what I am going to use for this control is I'm going to use the repeat option, and I'm going to select the row of the database which I want to show, and I'm going to use this as the keyword over here. So what it does is now this control will be repeated as many number of times as many rows I have in my sheet, and it will fetch the icon for each of the row and display it in a linear fashion. So in the same way, I have done it for the app name as well, app description, where I'm showing the problem statement, and so on for all these controls. So this, and now if I preview it, you will be able to see that this control is getting repeated, and I have all these fetched in the app icon, the name, the problem statement, and this. So this is my first screen, and now if I see the so in the actions for this view button, what I've done is I've configured a navigation action to navigate to my second screen, which is the detail view. So the second screen over here is has three controls. One is a detail view control, another is a text control which is hidden, and a submit action button. So first let's see what this text button over here which is hidden is for. So this text button, in the data I have used the control option, and I have used the previous list repeat control over here, and I have used the selected keyword this time. And what this does is whenever I click on one of the cards from the sheet which has been fetched, so for that entry, team name will be fetched to this text box, and then based upon that team name over here in this detail view, I've used a custom formula where I've used a lookup function to fetch in all the details of the app that I want to show, and I've added a condition, as you can see, that the team name should be equal to the name which is present in this text box. So this is how I have configured it. So let me just show you what happens if I go back to this home screen now and preview it. So over here I have this the Arvind app and all the details of this application, and when I click on view, so all the data of that application which I clicked on is now getting fetched over here. So this is because I'm using the text box, and then depending upon the team name that is present in the text box, I am fetching the all these data. So coming back to this detail view screen, and for this submit button, I have used an action that when someone clicks on it, it navigates me to my third screen, which is the email pop-up screen. So when I go to this screen, so you will be able to see over here also I have some hidden fields, email control, a checkbox, and two buttons. So the first text box is same as I had on my detail view screen, which is fetching me the team name for the card that was clicked on. And over here in the text block, what I'm doing is I am again looking up the hackathon app sheet that I had, and I'm fetching all the voters. So what this means is all the people who have already voted for all those emails are getting fetched into this text block. So why I am doing this is, over here in this email control, I have added a rule. So what this rule says is, if the text block does not contain this specific email, then only the submit button will be shown. And if the text block already contains the email address that the user is trying to use, then it will be, or then the submit button will not be shown, it will be hidden. So I've added this rule over here, and so that is why I have this text block which fetches all the email addresses that have been previously used to vote for this specific application. And then I have this text box over here which I have a single option, which is a declaration that I have only voted for this app once. And then I have these two buttons. One is a submit button, and one is a button which is says cancel and brings back you to the first screen. So for the submit button, I have attached this button to a workflow that I've created, which is called update vote. So now let me show you the workflow. So this is the update vote workflow, and when this I have added the update sheet tasks, and this task I've named as email add. And when I click on next, you will see that it asks me the sheet where I want to update. So I've used the same hackathon app sheet, and what action do I want to perform is I want to update the record. So I've used a filter over here where I again said that only depending upon the data that was fed in my text box, only that specific row record I want to update. And over here in the voters, I want to add the email address which the user is using to vote. So what I've done is I've used a merge function where I'm looking up the app dot voters, the column of voters for the specific row, where the app name is where the team name is present in that text box, and then I am merging it and adding the email that the user is using to vote. And also I am increasing the number of votes value by 1 using the formula current value plus 1. So this is what my uh, workflow task looks like. So once this is done, everything is so ready, and the application is ready, and we can view the application once more. So this is what it looks like. I have a search bar where I can search for, if I want to vote for a specific application, I can simply search for it. It shows me the number of applications that I have in my list. All the applications are present over here, and when I view one of the application, it shows me the detail of that application name, the team name, the problem statement, and links, the number of votes it has. When I click on vote for this app, it asks me my email. I can give my email, click on this declaration over here, and then I can submit. And it shows me thank you button. And again, I'm back. So this is when I click on the cancel button, it brings me back to the initial screen. So this is what the application looks like. There are few more enhancement that I think can be done to this application, in terms of we can add a IP address lookup, wherein even the IP address of the user will be stored and checked when a user is voting for application. So in this way, even using multiple application, a user won't be able to vote for a single application multiple times if the he is on the same IP address. So that is something, and maybe we can also look at how we can make the UI look even a bit better. So this is how I built an application within half an hour to 45 minutes time to solve a problems that I was facing and I could not find a solution for over the net. And you can also do the same. You can build your application very easily. If you have any idea that you want to build an application for. So thank you. I hope you like the my application.